Ever find yourself dreaming of a quick getaway, one that doesn't break the bank but still feels like a proper, refreshing break? If your mind immediately jumped to Johor Bahru, well, you're definitely not alone. Welcome everyone to Singapore Property Talk La. This is where we take your insights, your shared experiences, all that buzz, and we really dive deep into what matters to you. And hey, if this deep dive gives you a fresh perspective or maybe uncovers something new, please do hit that like button and subscribe to our channel too, so you won't miss out on our latest discussions. So today, we're taking that very familiar journey, right? Across the causeway. For so many of us here in Singapore, a trip to Johor Bahru, well, it isn't just a casual outing anymore. It's practically a rite of passage, almost like a regular part of Singaporean life. Our mission today, in this deep dive, is to really unpack why. Why is JB such a, well, magnetic destination for Singaporeans? We'll look at everything, from the undeniable savings to the surprisingly diverse experiences you can find there, and crucially, how our frequent visits actually play this massive role in Johor's own tourism goals.
Okay, let's get into this. Did you know just how profound an impact we, as Singaporean visitors, actually have on our Malaysian neighbors just across the water?
It's pretty remarkable when you look at it, isn't it? I think the core appeal of JB for Singaporeans, it really boils down to this sort of low effort, high reward kind of equation. I mean, it's incredibly accessible, right? Just a
Yeah.
short hop across. And the value proposition, well, for everything from your daily essentials right up to luxury goods, it's often just undeniable. It almost serves as like an extension of Singaporeans' daily lives, offering affordable alternatives for pretty much anything you might need or want.
Absolutely. You know, it's often joked about, isn't it? It's a classic, basic Singaporean thing to do, popping over to JB. But honestly, there's just no denying that immediate feeling, that financial relief you get once you convert the currency. Whether it's just feasting on that incredibly diverse and, let's face it, delicious Malaysian food, or just grabbing those immediate money-saving opportunities, the pull is powerfully real.
And what's truly fascinating, I think, is how JB adapts to this huge demand. It consistently provides such a vast range of activities of goods, all at a significantly lower cost than back here in Singapore. And this isn't just about finding, a cheaper version of something you already have. It's about accessing this whole ecosystem of affordable living, services, entertainment, and it just seamlessly integrates with Singaporeans' consumer habits. It's quite clever.
Right. And when we talk about impact, it's definitely not just anecdotal. This is where it gets really, really interesting. I get this. Johor officials reported over 14 million foreign visitors in just the first half of 2025 alone. 14 million. And prepare for this number. Singaporeans made up a whopping 78% of that total. That's more than 11 million people crossing over between January and July 2025. I mean, that's just a staggering number, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it really highlights how much Singaporean tourism directly fuels Johor's economy.
Yeah, that's 78%. It's not just a statistic, It fundamentally reshapes how Johor plans everything. Their infrastructure, their tourism products, even their marketing. They've set this ambitious tourism target. They want to attract 12 million tourists in 2026. They're specifically gearing up for Visit Johor Year 2026. And you can see they're actively upgrading tourism products, organizing state-level events, all to strengthen Johor as a main tourist destination. And our visits, well, they're clearly the main engine driving that ambition. It does raise an important question, though. How sustainable is that reliance, on a single demographic for these big tourism goals? And what kind of opportunities does it create, maybe for both sides of the causeway in terms of cross-border development? It's a very symbiotic relationship, but a complex one, too.
It certainly is complex. So, okay, let's move beyond just the cheap factor for a moment, as important as that is. Let's talk about the incredible range of experiences and attractions that keep drawing us back. Because it's not always just about the price tag, right? It's also the fun, the variety, the convenience. Yeah, for entertainment and leisure, Johor Bahru actually boasts a pretty impressive lineup. We're talking about everything from, those sprawling outdoor ventures like Legoland to exciting places like Austin Heights Water and Adventure Park, and even newer indoor attractions like the Game On theme park that just opened. It really shows how JB's evolving, becoming this vibrant, family-friendly destination, even though, yeah, we've sadly said goodbye to some classics like the Sanrio Hello Kitty Town. That was a shame. But maybe the most central part of the whole JB experience for loads of Singaporeans, it's the malls. They really function as destinations in themselves, don't they? Right at the doorstep of immigration. You've got super convenient hubs like City Square JB and Comtar JBCC. They're just packed with hundreds of shops offering everything from fashion, entertainment, tons of restaurants. Comtar JBCC even has more premium options like Victoria's Secret, Pandora. It shows you don't have to go far for that mix of convenience and a bit of luxury.
Exactly. And if you're looking for that full day kind of mega mall experience, a short drive away gets you to places like KSL City Mall. That place is extensive. You could easily spend hours there browsing everything from like knick-knack shops, Ubiso and Daiso, right through to getting fully pampered. Mani pitas, eyelash extensions, even a whole hair makeover. Then you stocked up on groceries at the hypermart
Oh
downstairs.
yeah, KSL is classic. And for truly massive offerings, there's Paradigm Mall. Apparently it's bigger than even some of our biggest malls here, like 500 outlets, 8 stories, cinema, rock climbing, even an indoor skating rink. And if you're willing to drive a bit further, say 30 minutes from JB Central, the Tobrau cluster is huge. You've got a much bigger IKEA there than ours. Aeon Tobrau City for mid to high-end stuff, and the newer top in JB, which has cool boutique vendors and cafes.
And for a more maybe luxurious feel, the mall, Mid-Valley South Key, is designed to feel quite lavish. It's got a Sogo department store, premium booty brands. They even offer a complimentary shuttle bus from Customs, which is handy. And for something really different, there's Sunway Big Box Village. It's got that container park style outdoor retail thing going on, plus a massive book excess bookstore inside. What really stands out is how each mall kind of carves out its own niche, you know? So
Yeah.
there's something whether you want pure convenience, luxury, or maybe a unique themed experience.
Definitely. And beyond the shopping, I mean, let's be real. No trip to JB is complete without indulging in the food.
Yeah.
That awesome Malaysian food. It's arguably the biggest draw for so many of us, right?
Oh, absolutely. You take Tam and Mount Austin, for instance, that area has just exploded. It's become this like aesthetic foodie haven, famous for having over 30 bubble tea shops, all the big names, plus
Yeah.
countless really charming Instagrammable cafes. It's a whole different kind of culinary adventure over there. And beyond just the cafe scene, Singaporeans love bringing back those iconic Malaysian street foods,
Okay.
like the Ramly burger, you gotta have
Sure,
one,
yeah.
or popular treats like Jayco donuts, secret recipe cakes, or those chicken floss castle cakes from Lavender Bakery. They're amazing. And for a proper sit-down meal, the Zinchar restaurants, basically tiny stir-fry dishes, offer fantastic value. Spots like Restore and Ya Wang, known for their roast duck, are always packed. It feels like home cooking, but, you know, with that delightful price difference.
Yeah, that price difference is key. And it's not just food and shopping. The pampering and services are a massive draw, too. It's that affordable self-care everyone kind of craves. Think about it. Massages, gel mani-pedis, those doll eyelash extensions, even specialized things like fungal treatments for nails. You can get it all done. Plus, complete hair makeovers, bleaching, dyeing, perms treatments, cuts for way, way less than in Singapore. And even more significantly, things like dental services. Crowns, retainers, root scaling, even complex stuff like root canal treatment and implants, people go over for that. You can even get medical checkups done. And for drivers, a super cheap car wash. It really is like a one-stop shop for affordable personal care and just getting errands done.
And if we tie this back to the basic economics, it's simple. The currency conversion means almost all these goods and services are relatively cheaper. That's the absolute bedrock, the foundation of JB's appeal for Singaporeans.
Right. And just to give you some specific examples that really hammer this home, think about health and beauty. You can grab common off-the-shelf meds like Claritin or even nasal sprays like Avamys or Nasonex without needing a prescription. Even things like Sangobion iron pills are like half the price compared to Singapore. Contact lenses, too. From dailies to options for astigmatism, they're significantly cheaper at places like Young Ming Optometrist. And don't forget just basic daily stuff. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, sanitary pads, skincare, cosmetics. Loads cheaper. Even birth control pills, apparently sold over the counter, offering big savings and convenience.
Then you move into groceries and daily essentials, and the value is just undeniable, really. Omega-3 large eggs, diapers, rice, detergent, even Yakult, often half the price. Fresh fruits and vegetables, too. And specialty items like Kewpie mayonnaise, they have all the flavors there, half price. Baby milk powder is another big one. So it's not just about, you know, treating yourself. It's about the fundamental cost of living that makes these trips so attractive for families.
Okay, now, when it comes to branded goods and electronics, you do need to do your homework a bit more, right? But the deals are definitely there to be found. Branded clothes, Nike, ADLV, Skechers, Universal Traveler, and shoes from places like Vinci can offer really significant savings. For electronics, things like Acer laptops can be considerably cheaper and often come with worldwide warranties, which is important. Notebooks, too, especially certain brands like Monologue, may be 3 times cheaper sometimes. Computer monitors? You could save hundreds of Singapore dollars, especially if you catch global discount periods from official stores like Dell Online. And for gaming stuff, popular things like Sony cameras, Nintendo Switch consoles, and games are often cheaper. There are reputable shops like Impulse Gaming. But yeah, the key is research before you go. Not everything will be cheaper, but the potential savings are pretty substantial.
And of course, you can't forget the snacks and treats. It's part of the fun. From Eureka popcorn to the classic Ramley burgers, Dunkin' Donuts, Famous Amos cookies, Auntie Anne's, all those mammy snacks, Magnum ice cream. The list of affordable indulgences is just vast. Even things you might not expect, like books sometimes $5 cheaper, or getting a screen protector put on your phone for just RM10. If we connect this to the bigger picture again, it's not just about the absolute price tag, is it? It's that perception of immense value and the super convenient access to goods and services that might be less available or just way more expensive back in Singapore. That combination just creates this, well, irresistible proposition for Singaporeans.
Okay, so all these fantastic reasons to visit JB bring us to a really crucial point.
Yeah.
How do you navigate it like a pro? Because to have a smooth, enjoyable trip, planning your transport strategically is absolutely key. You've got several options, right? There are public buses, SBS Transit, SMRT, Causeway Link, even Grab Bus. They're popular, definitely the cheapest, but can mean long queues at customs. If you're driving your own car, that new QR code system via the MyAKA app definitely makes clearance smoother on the Singapore side. But always, always bring your physical passport too. And remember, you'll need a vehicle entry permit, the VEP, and an RFID tag for your car to drive in Malaysia. Then there's the KTM Shuttle to Brau train. It's fantastic. A 5-minute ride completely bypasses the road queues. But the tickets sell out super fast, and it is more expensive, especially going from Woodlands to JB. Legal cross-border taxis are available at designated spots like Ban Sand Street. But yeah, be wary of those illegal P2P services.
And timing. Timing is everything. If you want to avoid those infamous causeway jams, they can seriously ruin your day trip. You really want to try and avoid the peak hours. Generally, that's weekdays, 8 to 10 a.m. and 6 to 8 p.m. going in. Saturdays are busy pretty much all day going in, say 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Sundays coming back is usually peak from about 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And forget about Friday evenings, public holidays, long weekends, almost always jammed. My advice, absolutely use those apps. Checkpoint.sg, Beat the Jam, or even the One Motoring website. Check the live traffic before you even leave home. It can save you hours. Seriously.
Right, good tip. And your digital survival kit for JB should definitely include Grab for rides and maybe food delivery, Google Maps, obviously, for navigation, and those finance apps like Utrip or Revolut for better exchange rates. Plus, don't forget the MyCA mobile app for the QR code clearance at our checkpoint. It really does streamline getting out and back in.
Now, money matters. While lots of places, especially malls, take cards, cash is still very much king in many spots. Think hawker stalls, traditional bakeries, those night markets or pasar malams. You'll need ringgit. It's probably a good idea to carry around, say, RM100 to RM200 per person per day. That's roughly S30 to S60. And here's a crucial tip. Generally, you get slightly better exchange rates changing your money here in Singapore before you go. Check sites like cashchanger.co to compare rates. Try to avoid the money changers right at JB Central. Their rates usually aren't the best.
Okay, safety first. Always important anywhere, right? Basic awareness, don't flash valuables, phones, expensive watches. Try not to make calls out in public, maybe. And never leave your stuff unattended on cafe tables. If you're driving, please don't park on the street. Use designated parking areas in malls or secure lots. Maybe use a steering wheel lock for extra peace of mind. Park with your car front facing outwards for an easier exit. And always, always take out your cash card. Generally, try not to be wandering around outside late at night. Stick to well-lit areas or inside the shopping malls if you're out late. Oh, and a key reminder if you happen to use the manual immigration counters. Double check that your passport is stamped upon entry. It can cause issues later if it's missed.
Yeah, and just a little bit of etiquette really goes a long way. Ensures a smooth visit for everyone. Be mindful of local customs. Dress modestly, particularly if you plan on visiting any religious sites. Basically, behave as you would back home, you know? Don't be overly loud or disruptive in public. Always try to be nice to service staff. And for a truly hassle-free trip, probably best to avoid discussing sensitive topics like politics or race. Just respect the local culture.
Definitely. Okay, finally, just some quick practical reminders for a smoother trip overall. Remember, not all those popular malls are walkable right from customs. KSL, Mid-Valley, Paradigm, IKEA to Brau, they're all short drive away. So maybe cluster your stops by area. Plan your route a bit so you're not zigzagging all over the city. Watch your phone roaming settings very closely. You don't want surprise bills. Best to lock it to a Malaysian telco, get local SIM or an eSIM, or just stick to Wi-Fi where possible. Pack your essentials. Your specific skincare brand, contact lens solution, any medication you don't assume you can easily find the exact same thing over there. For popular restaurants or maybe even spas, especially on weekends, it's a good idea to book ahead. Avoid those long queues. When trying street food, go for it. But maybe start slow if you have a sensitive stomach. Avoid anything that looks undercooked or soups that are just lukewarm. And last one, Remember, JB malls generally open later than ours, most after 10:30 a.m., some shops maybe not till 11 a.m. So if you cross really early, maybe plan for a leisurely breakfast first, or find a massage place that opens early.
Don't just rush to the mall entrance at 9 a.m. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, it's abundantly clear, isn't it? Johor Bahru is way more than just a quick trip across the causeway for cheap stuff. It's become this dynamic, constantly evolving destination. It offers incredible value, sure, but also really diverse experiences. And it's heavily supported by the consistent flow of visitors from Singapore. It's this relationship that benefits both sides in really profound ways.
It really does. And this raises, I think, an important final question for us to consider. As Johor continues to develop its tourism products, its infrastructure, and they actively try to perhaps diversify their visitor base beyond just Singaporeans, how might our own evolving preferences as Singaporeans for these quick, affordable getaways continue to shape the future of that cross-border leisure scene? And maybe more critically, how might this persistent outward flow of our consumer spending potentially influence local businesses back here at home in Singapore? It's a really fascinating interplay, isn't it, of economics, culture, convenience. It's definitely still evolving.
Absolutely. Well, we hope this deep dive has given you maybe a whole new perspective for your next trip across the causeway. Hopefully more than just tips, but some real insights into this unique regional relationship we have. Please don't forget to like this deep dive if you found it useful, and subscribe to the Singapore Property Talk Law channel for more insights into our regional landscape. Until next time, everyone, travel smart and happy exploring.